Nice things. I know both these pieces very well. We've got some concepts going on. Both for Marita and for Rob. There's one work that you want about different kinds of sounds. So, as you're learning to play your instrument, how do you do your first year? Second year, third, fourth, four-year players, fifth year, sixth year. So as you're going along, you're working on fundamental tones. Lots of tone study, right? You work on trying to get those beautiful sounds that you get out of your instrument. You start working on dynamics, you start working on articulation. Really, it takes a number of years for you to get well. Is your manipulation of your airstream. So your airstream, you think of like the jet engine. Anybody never flown? So you know how a jet engine works, right? The jet flies faster because the air coming in is compressed. When the jet wants to go faster, there are these things at the back of the engine that close. The air coming in is getting forced into a smaller hole, so it accelerates. Right? And your air for playing a wind instrument works the same way. So you've got the fuel, you take in the fuel with your air column, and then how you deploy it has a lot to do with different qualities of sound. Have you ever been told to play with a dark sound? Have you ever told you to play with a dark sound? Okay, what does that mean? In terms of your airstream, what does a dark sound mean? Sure, it's a really deep sound. How do you achieve it? What is it that you change in your air to make that happen? Very open way. Everywhere. Okay? So in the throat, number one, in the throat, your throat's got to be very wide and open, and in your mouth as well. So very often, even if you're playing on a single root, you can open your jaw a little and move your tongue out of the way to make more of a resonance chamber in here to help darken the sound. Okay? What's the opposite of a dark sound? It's going to be what? Brilliant sound, I guess you call it? Very bright and brilliant. And how is that achieved? If I told you to get a brilliant sound, what would you do? With your air. Make it smaller, right? So the brilliant sound is the faster jet, right? You're making a smaller opening, you're forcing things into a tighter realm to accelerate your air. It gives you this very piercing sound. The darker sound is more open. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with the speed of your air. The speed of your air is the same. What you're changing is how you're forcing it to direct it. So when you play with a dark sound, you don't play with weak air. The air support stays the same. It's the openness that you're looking for. Right? So give me a B flat, just a concert B flat, just without thinking about it all. Just play and hold the concert B flat for me. Right? Ready? All right, now I want you to play that sound as brilliantly as you can. Boom! Air as tight as you can make it. Ready? Okay? Now go back to the darkest sound. Still the same amount of air. Fill yourself totally up, but open everything up and make it as dark as you can. Okay, so now the higher your instrument is, the harder it is to get a dark sound. Okay? The higher your instrument is in pitch, the smaller your instrument is, right? Trumpet versus tuba. So it's very easy for low brass or low woodwinds to get a very dark sound. That's part of how you play the instrument. It takes a lot of air and a lot of pressure to make the sound fit. It's much harder for the low instruments to get the brilliant sound. But flutes, trumpets, getting a dark sound takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And dark sound, if anything, is going to take more air. The brilliant sound is the easy sound. It's very, very straight and controlled. And you're pushing everything into one thin stream. Keeping this river of air wide and dark sound is a lot of effort. Probably more air than the brilliant. So we're going to go at a regular note without thinking. And then when I do this, I want you to darken your tone. When I do this, I want you to brighten it. Okay? Regular old B flat. Chorales are going to typically call for you to play a darker tone, right? Or a legato line, going to beg for a darker tone. Something with a lot of rhythm in it that's really galloping along, going to call for a more brilliant tone. But this is another tool in your toolbox now that you need to start thinking about as a player. It's not just I put air on this, but what kind of air do I use? On a scale of 1 to 10, is this a 10 in brilliance, or is it a 1, being very dark? Try to think about making this variation too, okay? Because that variation is going to add a whole other level of complexity to your playing as you start to think about tone quality. Not just having a tone or not, but the quality of the sound. And the quality of the sound has nothing to do with your dynamic, does it? No. You can play brilliant piano, you can play dark fortissimo, you can play any gradation anywhere in there. The tone quality is in your embouchure, in your throat, in your mouth, right? The air pressure is giving you the volume. So don't confuse the two. Just brilliant doesn't mean loud. It means brilliant and straight penetrating tone. Okay? Think about it. Start working on it. Start thinking about it, because it'll really help mature your sound as you start to do this. Okay? Let's work on Ambrito. So, Spanish marches are typically what's known as a paso doble. Have you ever seen a paso doble dance? Yes. Yeah? Dancing with the Stars? Where'd you see it? So you think you can dance? Yeah, okay. So a paso doble is sort of a ritualized kind of march. And they can be done at all kinds of different speeds. I want to slow this one down a little bit for you and try to dig out some of the musical details. I like the tempo you played it at, and it sounds real impressive. When you go that fast, sometimes some of the detail can get lost. Okay, I want to slow you down, get the detail things happening, and then speed it back up. All right? We'll take it from the very beginning. This is going to be the new tempo for now. This tempo. 1, 2, 1, and 2. swell, and then dropping back down. Okay, that's one way. What's another way you might do this? Okay, what else? Let me give you this idea. Move the piano 4 before A to the second eighth note. And allow a natural crescendo through that fifth bar before A, and then go to piano on the second eighth. Can you try that? Start 5 before A. So you're going to crescendo everything mezzo forte to the down, and then drop to piano. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. That seems to work. Try that one more time. Make it a little more exaggeration. 1 and 2 and. That's good. That's good. All right. Now at A, give me people that play 16th notes and half notes. So no boom chip people. Just people that play 16ths and halves. At A, you all have the letters, right? Yeah. Okay. 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right. First of all, I think that you can do a lot more with the crescendo. Okay? So, when you have the whole band playing, those of you on the melody, you're kind of relying on them to push you into these fortes. You need to take a little more ownership of those and push more air as well. Okay? Second thing is, if you're playing 16th notes in the first bar of A, raise your hand. How many of you is that? It's you two, sax, do you have any? First bar of A? Yeah. So you guys are in the back. You're blowing through some people here. And there's a fairly large contingent on the other part that answer you in the second bar. So relative to your dynamic, you need to play a little louder to match that. Okay? Once again today. 2 and 1 and 2 and. Good. That's more balance. Now don't chicken out on that last quarter note before you go back to piano. Okay? That should be almost the loudest note, right? Da, and then the piano. Some of you are kind of backing away from it because you know the piano's coming. Okay? Once again from the beginning. Very, very marcato. Into the bullfighter in the ring. Waiting for the bull. He doesn't walk like I am the bullfighter. Everything is very staccato. 2, ready, and. So we need to change something to make that rhythm speak. What thing could we change? Bueller. Nobody has an idea? The easiest thing for you to change is space before the rhythm. Okay? So in the second bar of B, if you will release your dotted quarter on 2, rather than holding it right up to the triplet, da da dee, da da da,